Good morning. It is Monday, February 12, 2018, and we're pleased to bring you today's edition of the local news. Welcome. In the news, HIV and AIDS infected people should not be stigmatized. Jennifer Van Dijk Silas to chair Election Council for the fourth time. Members of the International Sanctions Commission installed. And Suriname and Serbia signed agreements. I'm Dakota Simpson Marshall. This is the local news. HIV and AIDS infected people should not be stigmatized. For 3 days, religious leaders of the Caribbean have been discussing counteracting stigma of vulnerable groups as regards to HIV and AIDS. At the end of the discussion, the clerics signed a document. The LGBT that is characterized as a vulnerable group is, however, not recognized by the clerics. According to Daniela Dockman, one of the religious leaders, people should be accepted, independent of their color, status, and race. Dockman stated that groups have not yet been fully spoken of. Next year, they will discuss topics that require more attention. In which Caribbean country the meeting will then be held is not yet known. Jennifer Van Dijk Silas was appointed and sworn in last Friday as chairperson of the Independent Electoral Office, OKB, for the fourth time. The appointment of Van Dijk Silas comes in the run-up to the free and fair elections of 2020. Until Friday, this body did not have a chairperson. According to President Desiree Bouterse, it was necessary to provide the OKB with a chairperson on time. Jennifer Van Dijk Silas was chosen by the government for this important function based on her national and international reputation, the head of state emphasized. The OKB has an important role to play according to the Constitution of Suriname when it comes to declaring the results of the elections to be binding. Silas, who has the experience with elections, promised to work with honor. The members of the International Sanctions Council were installed last Friday by presidential decision. According to the director of the Cabinet of the President, Eugene van der Saan, who read the presidential decree, this installation is the result of Article 5 of the law, International Sanctions. To maintain and restore international peace and security, it is important to establish this council, emphasized the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ilis Polak-Bichli. According to the minister, all member states should have such an important institute in compliance with Security Council standards of the United Nations. According to her, there are common security challenges in the world that should be addressed. The Council is under the supervision of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and should ensure that the sanctions of the UN on endangering the international security is carried out. Suriname and Serbia signed 3 agreements yesterday. The agreements include friendship and cooperation, visa abolition, and a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, for political consultations between the respective ministries of foreign affairs. In addition, a roadmap was signed in which the various identified areas of cooperation have been worked out. All this took place in the meeting room of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Minister Ilis Polak-Bichli, together with her Serbian counterpart, talked about a framework for closer cooperation in various policy areas, said the ministry in a press release. On this occasion, the Ministers of Trade, Industry and Tourism, Home Affairs, Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, as well as representatives from the Ministries of Defense and Natural Resources, highlighted their areas of priority. The Serbian minister also paid a courtesy visit to President Desiree Delano Bouterse, as well as the Speaker of the National Assembly, Jennifer Kerling-Simmons. That brings us to the end of local news for today. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same station, for more. Have a blessed day.